Right. There we go. Thank you so much for coming on the show again and sharing this recipe. My usual question is, why did you pick this recipe? What's great about this one?
Yeah, I thought it's like the day before Christmas. Everybody loves to eat sweet things for Christmas and share with friends and families. This is kind of a simple, sweet thing we can make within 30 minutes. I mean, within 1 hour, we can get it done.
Right.
And it's only 3 ingredients, and it's very good, and everybody loves it. Me personally, I like to have it with like the cup of tea with milk, like chai without sugar. So you can have milk toffee with your tea, which is really good. Or you can have it like as any other sweet.
Now in Sri Lanka, you make this regularly or have it around regular?
It depends. Usually we make it for occasions like for Christmas, or like we celebrate New Year in April. That is the Sri Lankan New Year time. So we make that this for that. And also January 1st is another special time. We celebrate with some sweets. We make it at home and share with our neighbors, friends, and family. So this is something we like to make, and at home we make it. Yes.
So is it common for people to just make this at home and not buy it?
It depends now. I mean, in Sri Lanka, we can easily find all of these things from the stores pretty, cheap. I mean, fairly common, and it's your preference. Some people choose to go and buy it. Some people make it at home. Yeah.
I think it's interesting around Christmas, people who never cook for the whole year all of a sudden decide, hey, I want to cook a bunch of stuff I don't know how to cook. And usually it comes out good.
Yes.
It
yes.
just, that just shows that if you put, your heart into it, it's, it'll still come out fine. It's like
I think people have more time during those periods because it's like a long, holiday time. So people are off from work and staying home, and it's something spend time and get done.
Yeah, because most recipes don't include the fact that you have to put what you said, time and love into it.
Yes.
So, all right, let's put some time into this.
Yes, that's right. So
what I like about this recipe is I don't tend to drink milk. So I never have milk in my kitchen, but because I cook, I have canned milk.
Okay.
And canned milk, I feel never goes bad.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, someone else who's cooking along right now just opened a can of milk that expired in 2018 and says it tastes fine.
It's like dulce de leche.
Yeah, just like so.
Maybe it's already like the turn into milk toffee for half of it.
Like.
Yes, so I have a can of sweet condensed milk, which is 14 ounces or 397 grams.
Yeah.
And I usually measure my sugar for the same can.
Oh, in the same can?
Yes, because it's just equal amount,
Oh, okay. That makes it simple. Well, it might make it simple, but it's not that easy to get out of the can.
Yeah, that's true. So let's pour the milk into our cooking pan.
Well, I still have to open my can, so it'll take me a second.
Yeah. So you can open the can and pour it into your pan.
Now the butter, you needed a little bit of butter.
Later, not right now. Yeah.
Do you need it set out at room temperature before, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter, I guess, because we are adding it into hot milk while it's cooking, so it will melt.
Okay. Yes.
So try to get all the milk out first, and then you can add.
My favorite part of this is very carefully lick the lid.
Yes, that's
just like.
Or else we sometimes add some black tea into the can, and you make like a milk tea.
Oh, that's a good idea. You don't waste that.
Yes, you can do that. But for this recipe, we need a little bit of water. So once you get the milk as much as possible out from your can, you can add again like the maybe quarter of the can, add some water into it.
Only one time have I ever made condensed milk, and it was the longest, like 3 hours of my life. I mean,
Oh, really? So you want to hear a story? Oh, you remember? Do you remember 2019? We had a storm in Carbondale.
2009.
2019
Okay.
May. Do you remember? Like everything shut off. We didn't have power for a
Oh,
week.
the derecho in 2009.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
May
2009.
8th, 2009. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And that time we were living in Southern Hills. And we bought, I think, 2 gallons of milk the night before the storm hit.
Oh, and then the power went out.
Yes, power went out, and we were living in Southern Hills, and they had some gas stove. So we made milk toffee using regular milk, which takes like more than, like you have to make condensed milk first and then make milk toffee. I don't know how many hours we stir it.
But the power was out, but the city gas was still working.
That's right. Yes.
I think the power was out for. So I met you when you went to college in my town.
That's correct.
You live away, so that was many years ago. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, the power was out for like a week. Now
Yes.
I had just built a solar powered trailer
Mhm.
and I had it parked in my driveway. And that's actually how this cooking show started. First, it started as a dinner series. We didn't want to waste the food from that event. We
That's
had
correct.
everybody get together and we
Mhm.
cooked food so that we wouldn't waste it. And it became a dinner series called Rice and Spice. And then
Yes.
over time, it changed to Leave It to Chef.
Yeah. Remember, we had like a then long history, right?
Yeah,
Cooking.
so
Yes.
it's like you're making me remember like long time history. So
Mhm.
yeah, I've been doing.
Do they still have things in Gaia House?
At the what do you call it?
Gaia House, right? That's where you did rice and spice.
Yeah, I now have my own commercial kitchen downtown where I do charity cooking. So I still do the same stuff. So I'm just putting the brown sugar in the same jar.
Yes, get like 1 can of milk. I mean the sugar.
Somehow I end up with a zillion little teeny bags of brown sugar. I don't.
I'm like, what is he adding? Okay, now I got it.
So it's taken me a second to. Each one had like a tablespoon in it.
Oh, okay. So I'm adding white sugar actually. I do have some brown sugar, but it's, I think,
So it doesn't matter what kind of sugar.
yeah, it isn't. Yeah.
I wind up making my own brown sugar because I never have enough.
Yeah, I do have like
How do you do it, Suzanne?
I just take regular cane sugar and add molasses to it.
Okay. Is it very hard to do?
It's super easy. Very,
So
very
now I'm just going to keep white sugar around. So
Yeah, you can use white sugar or like I mean, if it's taking too much time, so you can add.
but I saw you were putting some water to clean out the can first.
I did, but I think you can add later because then all the sugar will come.
Right. So you can clean out the can before you put the sugar in the can or after.
After is fine. I mean, because we are not started cooking yet, so.
Yay, I've been wanting to use up these little packets of brown sugar forever.
Okay.
I got a big thing of brown sugar in there too, but.
Okay, so I added my sugar, like 1 can of sugar.
1 can of condensed and 1 can of sugar.
Yes. And then maybe 1/4 can of water.
And there you go. You can wash out the can with the 1/4 can of water. Yeah.
Yeah, 1/4 or half is fine, but yeah. So let's try with 1/4 can of water. And also, before we start cooking, I would suggest let's take a tray out, like the regular baking tray. whatever the tray you are gonna cut coconut milk, milk toffee in.
So just like a flat. There we go, like a flat cookie tray.
Yes.
So far, I just have the can of condensed milk and the can of sugar, and then you said about a quarter can of water.
Yes. Take a baking pan, and then let's add some foil.
And I can wash out the can too that way. Not waste a single ounce or drop. Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. Whenever I'm using condensed milk, I always feel like I waste a lot that's stuck to the can. All right. So you're putting foil on the pan?
Yes, I'm putting foil because it is easier to take milk toffee out from the pan.
It's really hard to clean it.
Yeah, plus if just in case if it stick into the pan, with foil it will be easier.
Alright.
Ready? And did you all get your cardamom pods out?
Did you say cardamom pods?
Yes, we need to grind them and get add into our.
I can get that out, but we didn't have that written down on the recipe.
Not in the recipe. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll-
cardamom? Got it.
Yes, cardamom and vanilla and cashews. Do you have some cashews too? I mean, cashews are optional. You don't have to.
Is cardamom optional?
Cardamom also optional, but it gives like a nice flavor. I like that taste.
Yep. So all right, I got the foil on there. Now you want cardamom pods, not powdered cardamom.
No, like, I mean, if you have powdered cardamom, that's even better because I'm using pods and then I have to grind them.
Yeah, I still have some left, but I started doing that. I think someone told me I should always just have the whole things and then grind them.
Yeah,
I still have just a little bit of the ground cardamom, so I'll use that.
yes, because it preserves flavors when you have the
But
fresh.
otherwise, see, I've got the cardamom seeds.
Okay.
Look at that. I'm so lazy. I have the seeds already cracked out.
Oh.
Yep. So, but that way, I feel like when you have the seeds, it doesn't go bad as quick as ground.
No, I don't think so because it's still like because I have the cardamom pods that we got from Sri Lanka.
Yep. So how do the cardamom pods, if you have the whole pod, how do you get the seeds out?
You peel off, those peels come out and then you
hold it a little higher. I can't see quite.
Yeah, here. Do you see it?
So you're just peeling it by hand to take the little seeds out, yeah?
Yes. Or you can like grind it, then the what is that? Skin will come out and you can get the seeds in.
Okay, just give it a light grind and then the seeds pop out.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes.
That's what I do with mine.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So are we ready? So we can go ahead and turn on our stove. But the thing is, when we turn on the stove, we have to stir constantly. So that's why I like to get these little preps done before we start cooking. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so how much cardamom do you put and vanilla?
Maybe a teaspoon.
Just a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, just a little bit to add flavor.
And I didn't put the butter yet.
Yeah, we don't have to. We'll add it later.
Okay. So
cardamom and vanilla we'll add later, not now.
okay, not the vanilla. Oh,
darn it,
not
I
the
already-
cardamom either?
No. So
Oh,
leave them aside. We'll start cooking.
and what temperature do you think?
Medium heat would be good.
I already put my cardamom and vanilla in. Oops.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'll save some more for later.
Yes. I mean,
Should the cashews be roasted or regular?
roasted would be better, but if you have regular, that's fine as well.
The
But
roasted, it just has a stronger flavor, right?
that's right. Yeah.
I will roast mine.
You have both though.
I can roast it.
All right.
Okay, did we turn on the stove now?
Yeah, mine is on. Oh, wait. Better not get distracted because you have to stir it constantly. I got my cashews out.
Okay, yeah, it's okay because still it's like warming up.
Right. Oop.
Once it starts boiling and
Knock
cooking,
stuff
that's
down.
when you want to like kind of pretty well.
All right. I have to test these cashews. Give me a second.
Okay. They shouldn't go bad
Oh,
either.
those are good.
Yeah, if you kept it in airtight container, cashews shouldn't go bad.
No, I was just having a snack.
Have you tried cashew nut curry or?
Oh.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is that where it's, you do the whole thing or do you make it into like a sauce?
A sauce with coconut milk? We make it like a yellow curry.
I feel like I've made cashew like it makes a really good cream sauce.
Oh yeah, it's not the saucy, it's like the curry, like lentil curry or potato yellow curry. It's
I
really
mean,
good.
it's very interesting. Vegans will make like a cream sauce for spaghetti and stuff with cashews.
Yes, in Sri
Like a
Lanka,
cashew cheese.
yeah, we cook like the fresh cashew, which is really good and really tasty.
Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, I can't imagine like dried cashews are phenomenal, but fresh.
Fresh, yeah.
I recently just had fresh cashews. I mean, not cashews, chestnuts.
Oh, yeah. So it's
Okay.
very like the milky and creamy
Oh yeah, it was just. I mean,
texture. Yes.
okay, this is becoming creamy. The sugar has almost disappeared already.
Yeah, that's why we add a little bit of water. And keep stirring, and you will see this will turn into like the brown. It will turn to brown color, and then you will notice the thickness is changing as we.
Suzanne, you might have to add a little more vanilla and cardamom at the end because isn't spice, the more you cook it, the less it tastes?
Yes, and then the smell will go away too. That's why we add it later.
Yeah, yeah, I'll add a little later. That's not a problem.
I almost put mine in, but
You usually do. I did it this time.
I was slow today. Yeah.
That's
It's
all
very
right.
interesting because I got more than my usual sleep and I'm just like really discombobulated.
Mhm.
Do you have plans for tonight in your kitchen? No.
Tomorrow I'm helping with the community Christmas dinner, getting up at 5:30 to cook for, well, they have to-go meals, 216 to-go meals.
Wow. Where
But,
is it at?
Based on past years, about 500 people come and get food.
Okay. Where is it at?
But this year we've cooked almost all the food ahead of time, so we just have to warm it up on the day. But it still takes hours to warm it all up because it's so much different stuff. So, but it's good.
Yeah. That's the good thing of Carbondale, you know, they take care of everybody, especially for students who are not going anywhere or like doesn't have families to visit.
Or where is your kitchen? Is it right in downtown Carbondale?
It is. Yep.
Okay.
It's, I don't know, like within a block of the square.
Is it close to the Washington Street Garden?
Across the road.
Okay, yeah, I remember you said that.
You remember a lot of being here.
Yeah, it's like, we spent about 10 years in there. And I used to go and grow things in the garden and pick things. It was a very nice.
Yeah, when we're cooking, sometimes we need just a little bit of a fresh herb and we go over there and get it. Maybe it's stuff you planted years ago.
Yeah, I think they still have like the purple beans that I planted and they kept seeds, and I see every year they are coming or they are growing.
So it's starting to have a little bit of steam coming off of it. Is that
Yes.
okay, or do I need to lower the temperature?
Yes, if it's like high, lower it, have it in medium temperature.
Yeah, it's not bubbling or anything, but it's interesting. There's a little bit of, I can see a little whisks of steam come up.
And plus you will notice if the heat is really high, it will stick into the pan and the bottom will get like the, what do you call
Oh,
it?
it'll start burning on the pan.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so let's see.
Are you using
I have, yeah, induction. So it's been almost 1 year since under this board here is my gas stove. I have 4-burner.
Oh, I see.
Got this induction.
Uh-huh.
I have not used the gas except the oven underneath.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
I
Me
love
too.
this induction. I have another one too if I need to do 2 at once.
Okay.
But yeah, I love it. It's so precise. I was always using gas because it's so precise. You can really control the temperature, raise it and lower it.
Mhm.
This, it's even more precise.
Oh, I see. Okay. Because I like gas cooking still, because one is for our cooking. Gas gives like a option.
What's nice about induction is, especially versus electric, is that you can go from high heat to low heat immediately without any lag, like an electric stove.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, electrics.
How are you, Fred?
Yeah.
I'm fine, thank you.
Fred,
I'm like Aura.
She was asking how you were. She remembered from a past cooking show. She remembered you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like Aura. Since I started using my induction burner, I've never used any other, and I have an electric stovetop. I haven't used any other burner.
So mine is starting to bubble just slightly.
Okay. Yeah, mine too. Are you cooking, Lulu?
My induction goes, from 1 to 10, and I have it at 3.5, so it's low medium.
Okay.
If I put it right on medium, it's a little too hot.
And when you buy it, it has a little chart that tells you you can set it for temperature, but normally we don't think of temperature on the stovetop. When you buy it, it has a whole list of what each setting is equivalent to.
Yeah, like 5 on this is 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So
mine is like that. Mine goes from low to high, from 2 to 8 numbers, I think. 1 to 10.
now everything is bubbling. You think I need to turn it down, or it's just as long as it's not sticking, it's fine?
Yeah, I think as long as it's not sticking, it's fine.
Okay. 'Cause
Feel
I'm just trying to boil off the water and the milk, right?
that's correct. It's yeah, the idea is boiling off the water and then combining milk and sugar together, and it will start thickening. That's what we need to look for.
And so what we just have left is wonderful.
You will feel like the thickness will change to your spoon.
Yeah, right now, every bit of it, if you can see on there, every bit of it is bubbling. See?
Okay, yeah, the same in mine. So make sure it's not kind of like the boiling out of the pan. So control your heat accordingly and stir quickly, maybe.
Yeah, it's doubled in depth with all the bubbles.
Yes.
You know, or Chef Chamila is using a spoon so she can get an idea a little more of the consistency when she pours it out of the spoon.
Okay.
That's right. Yes.
Is it a spoon with holes in it or not? No.
No, no.
Oh,
it's
holes.
Okay.
no, without
Good.
holes. Yes.
All right. Thanks, Fred.
Good, good
You
catch.
can lift it up and pour it out of the spoon to kind of, there you go.
Yes, like this. Then you see
Yeah.
So you're trying, yeah. Once it becomes,
thicker and it will start, instead of pouring, it will start like the, what do you call? Clumpsing, or kind of like the thick texture. And also you notice the color is changing as we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
well, in your case, yours was white sugar, so it's more obvious. Mine was brown sugar.
Yes.
Now it is starting to get a little more brown.
Yes, it should be.
Yeah, it wasn't so obvious for me, but
And then your cashew, if it's whole cashew, maybe better like the cut it into smaller pieces. I mean, not cut, just like the break into smaller pieces.
yeah, mine are like, let's see, they're pretty small, but they're like half. Probably still cut them a little bit.
Yeah, just like yeah.
I purposely, like, I could buy it cheaper buying the broken ones.
Yes. Plus, a fun fact. I don't know if it's true for everywhere, because when you remove the cashew shells, it's harder to break. I mean, get them as whole cashew. So sometimes, since whole cashews are expensive, they glue them together.
What?
Because of that, I kind of like to use like the cashew pieces, knowing there's nothing is there, you know.
Well, they do have food glue, so yeah.
I came in a little late, but this is something I think historically we would use a double boiler, so we don't scorch it.
Could be, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think a double boiler is if you don't pay attention.
Well, that's
I probably
true.
would need a double boiler
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I mean,
because I would get distracted really easy. Stop paying attention. Like when you said about look at the cashews, I was like, oh, and then I stopped stirring it. But
I think in my case, I'm kind of good at like doing multiple things at once. I should really say at the beginning, cut your cashews into smaller pieces.
I always stand over my cooking. I never walk away.
mine just started thickening. I feel like
Okay.
it's
If it start thickening and maybe like the lower the heat.
but
And also when you stir, make sure you stir like the entire pot, not just the one spot. Just to avoid like the burning the milk.
yeah, right now it's pretty liquidy, so it's pretty easy. But I know I've made toffee before. If you don't stir the whole thing once it starts thickening, you'll get some burnt spots.
That's correct. Yes, correct. You know exactly.
But yeah, when I grew up, we had goats, and so we had like an overabundance of milk during the spring.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would make lots of things that
Oh,
would last. So we'd make lots and lots of cheese and put that in the freezer.
mm-hmm.
We'd make I mean, we didn't call it toffee, we called it caramel, but it was still exactly what we're making today. But
Okay. No.
that would stay good for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, we used to have a cow when we were growing up. So my mom makes milk toffee out of regular milk at home.
How long do you think that takes? I don't remember. I was a kid.
What is it?
How long do you think it takes to make it from like regular milk instead of condensed?
I mean, it'll be like more than double the time, because you have to thicken the milk first, because it's got a lot of water compared to condensed milk.
Yeah. Yeah, Fred, I haven't managed to hook it up, but in the commercial kitchen, I've got a steam boiler. So it's a double walled, and the claim to fame with that is you can literally boil milk without burning it because it has this consistent temperature. Oh, I just saw a spot where I started burning.
Yeah, just
It's kind of like a mini double boiler.
I'm gonna turn it down.
yeah, turn
I
it
had
down.
one little spot that I missed when I did one stir and it browned a little. Can you see that little clump right there?
Maybe then you can add some butter into your.
All right, let's see if I can stir with one hand because right now it's an important spot, and cut the butter at the same time.
In the old days in a restaurant, we had what was called a steam table. And
Okay.
you had these Bain Maries, I think they were called, pans that would sit down inside the steam table, which was filled with hot water, and it was, you know, keep things hot without burning, without scorching or burning anything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just
Or
like
just- You're talking about like a buffet table almost now?
that's what
Well,
I
this was in the kitchen in the
Oh, okay.
restaurant.
Oh, I see, in the kitchen.
So let's see, how much butter do we need? Let's see.
Maybe 1 tablespoon.
Says about 1 tablespoon.
Do you have a small knife nearby where at the end we need to use that to cut into pieces?
Okay.
Yeah, don't move. So just like I wanna let you know we need it.
Well, I pulled out a butter knife. Well, that's funny. I pulled out a butter knife to cut the butter. I don't think I've ever done that on purpose.
Then you have it. Another thing is like
So mine was like fluffing up a lot, and now it's settled down and it's not.
that fast.
I mean, before it was like, you know, a lot of bubbled up. I turned it down though.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Let's see, because it's bubbling just as much.
Okay.
I wonder, do you think it does it any quicker with brown sugar than white sugar? I don't think so, but
I do think so too, because I think
I
the
think
only
it looks brown quicker, but
yeah. It'll brown quicker when you have the brown sugar versus mine, you notice it's much whiter. I mean, it's now beige, I would say.
all right, mine. It seems lumpy. Oh, that's just but I'm doing it. It's not, no, it's just the bubbles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm squishing it down with the bottom of the spoon and it's just the bubbles. The bubbles now are getting a lot bigger. But I thought it was lumps. So.
It's
Yeah.
like a mud, it's like a boiling mud.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The biggest process with this thing is like the stirring and waiting patiently until it comes to the right consistency.
Yeah, I like cooking things where you just put it in and then don't watch it.
That's right. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes, like with our cooking, it's a lot of like the watching and stirring, or you have to be with the dish most of the time rather than doing some other things. So leave it, do your own thing.
That's what I really love about the Instant Pot.
Uh-huh.
You can walk away and nothing's gonna go wrong.
That's right. Because in back home, when we were little, even nowadays, we have some special dishes which needs like the slow cooking. So then sometimes, like the
You have a pressure pot?
not pressure pots, we use like the what's that? Wood cooking, like the wood fire. And then at night, and also we use clay pots. At night, what like this sometimes we do is you leave like the charcoal, and then you leave your clay pot closed, same as the like the crock pot, and then it will cook slowly all through the night and gives all the flavors and textures the next day. Tastes amazing.
Yeah, we would do that in the winter. We would heat the house with wood, and so we'd put a big pot of like beans on the stove, slow cook all night. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also a modern version of that where I forget exactly how it works, but you have a pot and you cook and get it hot, and then you wrap kind of an insulating blanket around it. And then it continues to cook without using any energy.
So
Wow.
my mom used to do that to make yogurt. She would, get her milk with the yogurt starter and then wrap each one in a towel and put it in a cooler. And that's how she let it, inoculate.
Oh, even I see some brown spots in mine too. How is yours? Is it now like the thickness?
I want to taste it, but I have done that in the past, and I know
Don't do it.
it hurt my tongue.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like this is like you really want to taste it, but know that this is super hot. It doesn't look like it.
This might be a stage where a silicone spatula would be better to move stuff on the bottom without
Let's see.
without it
That's what I was
scorching.
using before. So let's see here.
I think our US is getting closer. Show me how it's like the fall when you take the spoon up and.
It almost doesn't fall. See?
Oh, okay. So then maybe let's leave US for a little while.
Now it's got really big bubbles. Like
Yeah, when you notice like it's kind of like getting together and thicker.
Yeah, mine is. Good point, Fred. This works really good. You just.
Yeah, I think you can add your cardamom and vanilla and cashews.
Okay, but I can't do it while it's. I'm afraid it's gonna.
Maybe turn off it then. Turn it off.
Oh,
Because-
good. There we go. We just finished talking about how you could turn this off really easy, and then I didn't do it.
So here's mine.
Oh,
Oh,
yours look great. Okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
Let me spotlight you, Suzanne.
Pour some I think US is almost ready as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, so add cardamom, cashew, and what else? Vanilla into yours as well.
Another tip for the Instapot, when the cycle finishes on an Instapot, by default it does keep warming. And if you don't turn that off, sometimes it can scorch. So be aware that
Oh, really?
when the cycle's finished, unless you turn off that keep warming, it continues to heat.
Okay.
How much cashews should I put in?
I mean, it depends. I guess
Measure.
you like to have a lot of cashews, so
What is it? Measure with my heart.
yes, with your heart. Maybe I would say 3 tablespoons.
Oh well, I put 3 handfuls.
nice.
Let's think your hand is like a tablespoon.
Oh, my hand is definitely not. That's more than a cup of cashews, but
Yes, that's mine is.
oh, look how I might have mine turned off, and look at
Yeah,
this.
I think yours maybe. Okay, put it like this. How is it
Oh,
falling?
it almost doesn't drip.
Okay, then let's put it into the tray.
Well, should I oil the aluminum first?
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Add some butter, like
All right,
spread some butter into your aluminum foil.
Oh, Fred, I set the spoon on there and it's stuck.
Yes, that's what's gonna happen with.
Once, hopefully I don't. There we go. It almost stuck.
That's why you need butter, and that's why I said better to use like the foil instead of.
Here, I'm super lazy. I got butter spray.
Oh, okay.
Well, otherwise you can just get a stick of butter and just like rub it on there like this. Also. But that's if your butter is at room temperature, I think. If it's not, it doesn't really.
Okay, so then once you put it into your tray, spread it with the thickness you need to have for one toffee. So I would say maybe like, what do you call?
Oh, look at that. That looks beautiful. Ah,
And then quickly spread into your tray, like to the thickness you like to have your layer when you cut it.
here we go.
Oh yes, yours look perfect. Good job.
Usually I'm good at cooking, but I'm never good at making it look good. So, but I don't know. This looks pretty dang good. Is there any other, I guess you could put any kind of nuts you wanted into it. Is there any other,
I think you can add raisins if you like.
yeah, I was thinking, well, it's Christmas right now, dried cranberries.
Yes,
I
yes,
don't know. That's,
like
I
cranberries.
think that's completely not Sri Lankan, but
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so if you are like the toffee is sticking, you can add some butter on top as well, or into your spatula. Then it will not stick.
well, I think I have too much because it's hard to spread too much oil because it's
Oh, okay.
not spreading very easy. When I bring it to the edge, it then comes back when I pull it. All right.
Yeah,
But here we go.
looks good.
Oh my goodness.
So now you can cut into smaller square, the size you want it to.
I shouldn't let it cool a little bit, or
Yes, let it cool a little bit.
see.
You can cut and let it cool as well, because otherwise if it's hard, if it's more harder, you may have hard time of cutting it.
Right. There we go. How about, do you ever put any other seasonings, like, but just always cardamom?
Yeah, I think I like the cardamom flavor, but I don't know. Maybe you can add some, what do you call it? Nutmeg. How is yours?
I set the spoon on top of this can to keep it clean.
Now it stick into the can.
So sticky.
Okay.
Yeah, it sticks everywhere. So all right. How soon can I start tasting it?
Did you cut?
Oh,
Did
no.
you? Yeah, you can cut it.
So it's really still soft, but I'm just basically
Oh.
putting lines in it when it dries or when it cools.
Yeah.
It'll crack easy, right? That'd be my assumption. But why was mine so much faster than yours? I wonder.
Maybe the heat. I must had it like very low.
But yeah, because this becomes super hard.
You mean to cut?
If you don't cut it when it's soft like this, if you wait,
Yes, it become really hard. That's right.
you can just break it, but you can't cut it.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's still too soft to really cut.
I noticed like in other times I used my non-stick pan and it didn't stick into the bottom. But today it's kind of, I'm using like the stainless steel pan and it looks like it's sticking more than it used to do with the other pan.
Yeah. Now, have you found that different brands of condensed milk are much different, or it's all pretty much the same?
It's pretty much the same, I guess.
Okay. All right.
How is it?
All right. Now it's the time to
Taste?
scrape the bottom of the pan and taste it.
Don't forget to blow on it.
How is yours turn out?
I'm still cooking mine because it's still fairly liquid.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought yours is much thicker when I saw it before.
So when it, at one point, would you just pour it out? Because it's, should it be? Oh, now it's getting better.
Like
Okay.
now it's
Careful,
complete.
Suzanne. It suddenly starts thickening.
That's right.
Yeah,
So how is yours? Is it like the consistently pouring or it's kind of lumping?
it's almost, there we go. Now it's getting a little, it's not as liquid, so.
So
What
then
happened with me was it just started burning little spots that I miss. Like I would stir it and I'd miss a spot. Fred came up with a good idea. I was using the spoon, and then I
Mhm.
started with the silicone spatula, and I could do it quicker. I don't know why.
Mhm.
I think it was just the sound of the metal on there was annoying, so I would do it too slow.
Well, the tip or edge of the spoon only makes so much contact, where the spatula makes much more contact.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
maybe that's it. There we go. I'm scraping the pan. I got a little bit on there. Let me try it. Is it hot? Nope.
So here's mine. So now it's getting thicker. So when I
Okay.
pour it off,
yeah, I think yours should be ready now. Turn
okay.
it off. Yes. Did you add your cashew, vanilla, and
I will add it now.
yes.
I thought I put too much cardamom with the 1 teaspoon, but I think I might should have added a little more. I don't.
Oh, maybe yours is not that the flavor
I
maybe.
think again, I don't. This is like old.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe the flavor is
The powdered, powder gets weaker and weaker.
Mhm.
So I was trying to use up some of my powder, and I probably shouldn't have now that I taste this, but
You like the taste? How is it?
oh, it tastes wonderful. This is the best way to clean the pan.
Mhm. Yeah, usually as kids, when when mom makes it, that's our job to clean the pan and the spoon.
Mhm. I thought it'd be too sweet, but
Right?
it'd probably be too sweet if you ate too much of it.
Yeah, that's why I like to eat it with like the warm cup of milk. Or like even black tea.
Mhm. So let's see.
I think mine is getting ready too.
Mine's it's almost hard as a rock already.
Oh, really?
It cools off really quick.
Mm-hmm.
But now I just want to eat all of them, but I need to let it harden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see like this. Mine is now kind of thick and
Do you ever sprinkle salt on it, like some sea salt?
no, I don't think so.
That's kind of been is like in the US they do a lot of salted caramel.
Yes, I think if you want to add salt, maybe you can, but I think in I don't know what country, like I had some similar thing from a South American country, which is like not that harder as the milk toffee we make, but it's kind of more softer. I don't know what do they call it.
Dulce de leche?
Could be, yeah. Yes, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
How is yours? Did it turn out well? Did you cut it?
You almost look like you have more than I did, but it's the same size pan. Part of it is I think my steel pan is really thick, so it spreads out the temperature
Okay.
very well.
Mine should be ready now.
I'm excited because this will be all stuff I have around a lot. So I mean I could I wouldn't say whip this up, but I could make it, you know, it's not something you can make super quick, but it's something that I tend to have all the ingredients around.
Right. And
I
plus
can easily make it.
easily make it, plus you can keep it for a longer time. And the other fun fact or that the milk toffee we made during that storm, I don't know, we had it and then maybe we forgot it in the kitchen. And next year, maybe during Christmas time also, we found it in the kitchen and they were still good.
So that's from May to December.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or even more, maybe next year sometime. It was
Okay.
like, yeah. And we
This
laughed.
is a good way of preserving
Milk.
milk.
Yes. Yeah. So mine, I think it's ready now. So I'm gonna.
I think yours is thicker than mine.
Oh, you put it.
Oh, it's about the same.
Okay.
I think I might have just slightly dropped mine a little early. Yours is a little thicker than mine.
Okay. So did yours harder? Is it harder now or not yet?
Um,
Not that hard.
it's hard on the top, but on the bottom it's still a little soft. So when
Yeah, I think when it's cool off, it will be harder. And just in
but
case.
yeah, if it's like any other toffee, it becomes hard as a rock, right?
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be. It should be like really kind of like the.
Oh, it'll be like a soft toffee.
Yes, not like crystallized.
Oh, yeah, I'm mixing up brittle and toffee. Okay. I think, well, I'll try a piece later, but I think I almost want to sprinkle some more cardamom on it. Because my cardamom is pretty old, so it was like, I think pretty weak.
Okay.
That's another reason I was being lazy, because I do have the pods and then I do have the seeds.
Oh yeah, you had it. Okay, I think mine is.
I wanted to use up the powder, so I'm gonna
In the
sprinkle.
Middle East, they make coffee and put cardamom in it.
Yes.
Okay, I made one row here where I added a little more cardamom, but the rest of them are not, so I'll compare it. Because you're supposed to smell the cardamom afterwards, right?
That's right.
Okay, I don't really smell it, so.
I spatula.
Of course, your nose might be deadened.
Oh yeah, it's true. When I just take a sniff of this, I definitely smell it.
Yeah, here's mine.
Okay, so that's what you meant by buttering it. You butter the top of it.
Yes.
Yep, so it spreads out easier.
Yes. I'm trying to find my spatula. I had it this morning.
Yeah, I forget who got me this one, but somebody got me. They were always saying, I think one of the regulars, but it's got a smiley face on it.
Oh, okay, nice.
I think they're like, it's supposed to be. Does it look like me?
I think so.
A little bit.
I don't know. Someone got me this spatula and it was like, just like,
That's a cool gift.
I'm not using this anymore, just to let you know.
So next time if we have some cooking and you use that spatula, then we know. Spatula.
So you keep adding adding butter to it, or are you just using that to spread it
Added
out?
a little bit of butter, and then I'm using this like a piece of foil.
So how thick do you make yours? I made it as thin as possible.
Mine, I don't think mine is that thin, right?
Right. So you're making yours big.
Yes.
Okay, next time I'll try to do that, because these
Yeah,
are
mine is like I'm having hard time of spreading it because it's hard, and then
okay.
and in our house we have boys. They would love to eat sweet. So I mean, to me, if it's thick and big, I can't have that big piece. So for them, it's okay.
I don't eat a lot of sweets, so the smaller it is, the better I like it, because
Yeah. Same with me.
let it I can eat it more times.
To take it, okay.
It's like,
I think mine will become. I mean, will become thick faster since I cook little longer, I guess.
so the only thing I have to add to the recipe we shared was we put cardamom and cashews.
Yeah. Okay. So
Right.
okay. So I think let me see how thick it is. Okay.
Yeah, you definitely made yours a lot thicker than me.
And me too.
But
That's very
then
thick.
see, Suzanne, she's cutting it a lot smaller too. So
Yeah.
yep. It's
Mhm.
I got this. I was thinking this is toffee.
Okay.
And so how I spread it out, toffee becomes really, really hard. And so you want it as thin as possible. So
Oh, I
I
see.
think I made it too thin,
Mm.
you know, because mine is, yeah, but.
And mine's still gummy.
Gummy. Okay. It will harder. It will become harder.
Oh my God, that's so good.
I've already eaten this corner.
I have a piece here, Suzanne, that was kind of like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
A little bit.
I
Yeah.
have some tasters coming behind the camera.
Suzanne, let me spotlight yours.
So mine's kind of,
Oh, that looks nice.
Well,
it's
yeah.
not quite in bar form, but it,
Yeah, maybe use like the piece of foil and then smoothen out the top like I did. If
Mhm,
you want
But
to.
make sure the foil is oiled because it will stick.
Yes.
mhm.
And then definitely make sure you cut it before it hardens because it'll be hard.
Yes.
I'm just eating it.
You have a much better light than me. I have a bright light and you have a nice warm light. So
Mine's a regular incandescent.
Yours is extra special because made out of condensed milk that
Mhm,
is.
mhm.
Did
Really
you say,
old.
what do you call it? You haven't keeled over?
Not yet. I could throw up later. Who knows?
All right, here's mine.
I once opened a can that was 10 years expired.
Was it
Nice.
good?
I had bought it. It was supposed to be the end of the world in 1999, so I bought this giant can of cheese powder.
Mm.
It wasn't good to begin with because it was, like orange cheese powder.
Okay. So here's a piece of mine and how thick it is.
Oh yeah, yours is nice and thick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Here,
I think I
take
could have
one of
cooked mine
mine
a little
out.
longer.
Oh, okay.
mine is really thin.
Oh, okay.
If I doubled it over,
Mm-hmm.
now it's as thick as yours.
But I think it has the right consistency though.
Oh my goodness, that tastes good.
Yeah. All right. So we finished in an hour, right? Within an hour. Okay.
Anybody have any questions?
Nope.
I think the main thing that make sure everything is oiled because anytime anything touched this, it became too sticky to do anything with.
Yes, you see, like since I oiled, so mine here's the bottom part,
Mhm.
and here's the top because I oiled and I used a piece of foil to flatten it.
Nice.
All right. Now I have to figure out how do you store this? I need to store it away so I don't eat the whole thing.
Yeah, you can store it. You can like in an airtight container, like maybe use what is it, like the Pyrex container, or maybe you can even use like a mason jar if you have an empty one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
So once it cool off, store it and close tight. Yes.
there we go.
You don't have to refrigerate it. I normally don't,
Refrigerate it.
but you can refrigerate it.
And I suppose you could put it in a plastic bag.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Once
You
it's
can.
cooled, it doesn't stick together anymore.
Yes. Once it cool, you can put it in a like the Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge.
Okay.
Or
I'm putting it. I'm storing it in my belly.
Did you cut it or not yet?
It doesn't really cut.
No, I think you should be use a knife.
Yeah, because what it does.
Oh yeah, just mine was just like that. Just run a line along it.
Yeah, use a knife.
And so then when you go to do it, you can crack them apart, basically.
Yeah.
So and what I did is I used parchment paper. I got the parchment paper wet, squeezed out the water, and then formed it into the pan, and then put some butter on top of it.
Yeah, use a knife and kind of draw lines.
Okay.
And then when it's harder, it will take time depending on how well you cooked. Then you can separate them. Even mine, you notice, like, when I was cutting, it was sort of like that. But, now I can, since it's cooler, I can, cut again and separate them into pieces.
I sprinkled salt on top of it, and it's really good.
Oh, do you like it? Oh, maybe that's
Mhm.
something I can try. Good.
I mean, you can see where I ran my knife here. You can actually see where I pulled it along and made it a smear.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see mine. I mean, I can't go deep.
All right.
Yes. All right.
Any final words? Mainly, don't eat all this yourself.
That's
It's like,
I have
It's my-
5 people.
Suzanne, I'm talking to you.
My dinner.
I was just like, especially, just in case, Suzanne, it's 2018 can of milk.
Yes,
And it's
2018.
like- well, even if it's not a 2018 can of milk, that's a lot. That's a lot of sugar and milk.
How
I
does
know.
it taste like, Suzanne?
It tastes good. It tastes like toffee.
Okay. No, like
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't taste bad. It doesn't taste old.
You can have it with your, like, black coffee if you like to eat something sweet with your coffee or.
This would go really nice, like in between 2 layers of a sponge cake. Like a sandwich, healthy sandwich.
I'm really surprised how I would expect it to be much, much sweeter.
Oh, really?
Mm.
I mean, it's sweet, but it's not
Mhm.
like, I mean, I'm literally eating, a tablespoon of sugar and a tablespoon of condensed milk.
Yes.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. See, some of my, like, the middle pieces are much thicker.
yeah. All right. Any final words?
Yeah. Thanks for, cooking with me and showing.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank
sharing
you.
your food and your culture, and hope to have you on again.
Yes. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Bye.